Hello friends! Today's video we are going to be talking about 7 things that are hard or scary or we do not like about eBay. Let me know down below what you guys are fearful of eBay, if you're scared to get on eBay, or things that you're like, I absolutely hate this about eBay. Give me a tip and a trick. Today's video I'm sharing 7 things that I've come with, that I've heard from the community, or people continue to ask me, or things that I personally hate, and ways that I have either made tips and tricks to make it bearable or reasons why you really should be doing it anyway. So the first thing is free returns. And I'm going to link a video up here on how to do the analysis to figure out if it's right for you. It is not right for everybody, and I'm not going to tell you that you have to do it because everybody else is doing it. I'm not that mom. If someone tells you to jump off a bridge because everyone else is doing it, do not do it. This is your business and only you know what is going to work. So definitely make sure to watch this video to figure out how to run the analysis. I will say you should run the analysis and look at it from your business. For me, what happens is the free returns. So this means that you offer returns, and as the buyer lies as the seller, you offer to ship it back for free. You pay the shipping cost for a return, regardless of the reason. And the reason that this is good is, one, it's going to, if you are a top rated seller, it's going to make your items top rated seller plus. Just having the option is giving you a discount in your fees. And for me, the discount in my fees outweighed the cost that it is costing me to send the items back. I sell women's fashion, so it's one of the higher returned categories because of fit. Even though I have measurements in all of my listings, it's a higher category because of fit. People buy it, especially women's fashion. People buy it, they try it on, even if the measurements are right, they send it back. With free returns, I am still getting in around 5%. I am making more savings by having top rated seller plus items getting that fee discount than I have in paying to send it back. And it's also increasing my sales. It's making me a better competition. If there is 2 listings and one has free returns and one doesn't, the item with free returns is going to be the one that sells. So definitely look at this video, figure out if it is right for you. The second thing I'm going to say is promoted listings. So I think in talking with the community, a lot of people are on board with, okay, I'm going to do promoted listings, but I don't want to do it at trending. I don't want to do it above trending. I'm fine at like 1%. Well, you can't do 1% anymore. I'm fine at like 2%. And so here's what I'm going to say with promoted listings. Again, I will link a video up here of how to do the analysis, how to look at the data, and how to run these scenarios for you. Because again, just because I'm telling you to do it and it works for my business model does not mean that it's going to work for you. Look at your number, your business, your data, your categories, and run the scenario. What I will say, if you're too scared to kind of up those promoted listings and too scared to mess with it, think about it like this. Your items turn stale after so long on eBay. And once you've had an item, it's going to depend on your category. For my business model, after 2 weeks, I'm in women's fashion. After 2 weeks, I start running sales. And by 6 months to a year, I'm running significant 30% off sales, 50% off sales. So here's the thing. I'm willing to discount that item in 60 days, in 6 months, in a year to 50% off. Why don't I just take 2% from my net profits in the beginning and sell it right away and get a higher increase in sales? The item is selling, it's not taking up space, and I'm losing 2% as opposed to holding on to it, keeping space, and losing 50% of the item when I run a sale. So kind of flip how you think about it. Yes, I don't love having to spend more money in fees, but I am willing to make less money on it in a couple months. Why do I want to hold on to the item for a couple months and not just sell it now? And the other thing you have too, especially if you are growing, if you are selling items now, let's say you sell an item for $10 and you can buy items for your cost of goods is $1. You sell an item now for $10 and that's 10 more items that you can sell for $10, and now you're making $100. And then you sell that item, right? Like it compounds and you can have the capital now. So that's something to think about. I do recommend running the scenarios for yourself, but if you're scared to do promoted listings or you're scared to increase your promoted listings, think about it like that, right? You don't, once it goes stale, eBay's not showing it as much, and then you're running sales on it and you're willing to lose money anyway. The next thing is fees. Y'all, let me know down below if this was one of the things that you said, or if you're like, oh yes, the eBay fees are ridiculous. I have a video up here that goes through how to figure out what your eBay fees are. So one of the reasons that eBay fees, if you guys are new to eBay, one of the reasons that eBay fees are so complex is they have so many different programs. Depending on the category, your fee is different. Depending on if you're a top rated seller plus, you get a fee discount. If you add promoted listings to it, you get you have to pay an additional fee if it sells via promoted listings, right? There's all of these different things. And so the video up here really walks you through the different fees, but I'm going to show you 2 places that you can quickly figure out what your eBay fees are. So the first place is going to be, if you're on your that's Poshmark. That's Poshmark, that's eBay. If you are on your eBay, there's 2 places, and one thing that's really nice, eBay is really trying hard to make it more transparent, and they've added a new place to see it by item. I'm going to show you 2 places. One place that I like to monitor, if you go to your performance and you go to your summary and you scroll down, they have this selling cost tab. This is one place, and this is the video I go all the way into detail into what all of these numbers mean and how to figure it out. In the video that I linked up above. It's a quick 3-minute video that really goes in depth to what all of these numbers mean. But this is a really quick place to see the breakout of everything. One thing I want to note, because this freaks everyone out, this is telling me my selling costs are 40%. That's not my eBay fees. It's confusing. I get it. The video breaks it down exactly what it is. That's not my eBay fees. That is the cost of selling on eBay. That includes my taxes. That includes my fees. So this is my actual fees. My fees are 20%. And then it'll break it down as well. And then my shipping labels are 20%. So it costs me 40%, but my actual fees, what eBay is charging me, is actually 20%. And then the next thing, and I'm not going to show you this screenshot simply because it has customer data on it. You can now look at your individual items that are selling, and it breaks it down individually. So I'm going to walk you through where I'm going, but I can't actually show it to you because I don't want to show customer data. So if you are in Seller Hub, you go to your orders and you go to your paid and shipped on the left hand side. If you scroll down, it's going to show you the items that have sold. Bear with me because I'm filming. This takes me a little bit longer to get through. So it tells you the actual items that have sold. If you click on an item and you click on the order details number, once you've clicked on it, I scrolled all the way down so you guys don't see the customer data, but you can see it now shows us a breakout. It takes out shipping, your sales fees, what you earned, your sales. It takes everything out from what your item sold for to what you actually made, your order earnings. That's a hard one to say. Now, eBay has said that they're going to continue to show full transparency, and there are new features and new eBay fee things coming, so do stay tuned. Once they do come out, I will do a video, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. While eBay fees are complicated, they are giving us new ways to look at them and pay attention to what they actually are. Now, the next thing that is very frustrating, and we can see it in this video, is where do you find anything? It is so complex to figure out and find anything in eBay, right? Like, I have to walk you through, I have so many tutorial videos on here's how to find this, and I just walked you through here's how to find that. I'm not going to say it's not frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating. The one tip that I have though is once you find a chart or a graph or your shipping page or your shipping discount, anything that you want to go back to or you go to frequently, make a bookmark on your web browser, because then you're not spending the time figuring out where to go back, or you're not like, oh, I remember I saw this chart once and I don't remember where it was or how I found it. You can just go into your web browser, go to bookmarks, and add, I have an eBay folder that has all of my frequently visited eBay links to it. That tip is one of my favorite tips because eBay does not make it. They have so much information for us, but they definitely don't make it easy to get to. That goes on to my next item. My next tip, I don't even know what number we're on, friends. If you've been counting, let me know what number we're on down below. I may be doing more than 7 too. Sometimes I will watch the video after and be like, oh, well, I said 7 at the beginning and I actually ended up giving you guys more. So the next thing is, right, so we were bookmarking it. We can't ever find anything. eBay has so many charts and graphs and tools and analytics. Definitely bookmark all of them. And while it's completely overwhelming, it is beyond useful. If you can learn what all of these numbers mean, you will make more money reselling. I will link a video up here because it is not the purpose of this video to walk you through what all of these numbers mean, but I do have videos that explain it, because if you can figure out, hey, this number is red, what does this number actually mean? What can I do to fix that? It's going to increase your sales without having to buy more items and list more items. It's going to help increase your sales. This is one of the most useful tools, one of the most useful things about eBay and what sets eBay apart from everybody else. However, it is completely overwhelming, and I absolutely get that, which is why I make videos teaching you how to understand those. Take it little by little, learn one graph and chart, figure out one tool, spend a week, spend a month figuring out, and then move on to the next one. You don't have to become an expert and learn it all today in the next hour. Do it little by little. The next thing is your listing. The item specifics and your listing process is awful. It's one of the things that I hear the most frequently on why I don't want to get on eBay, on why I hate eBay. And I'm gonna give you two tips. No, that's a lie. I'm going to give you one reason that it is, and then one tip on what to do to make it easier and better process. The first thing is, it is an awful long process because of your item specifics. Now, the reason that you have so many item specifics is to put your item in front of potential buyers. You want your item to come up in front of people. So fill out the item specifics to the best of your ability, the best that makes sense. Do not fill out item specifics that are not relevant to your item. And let me show you what these item specifics are actually doing. If you go into eBay and you say, I want a pair of Guess jeans, right? That's what I'm looking for. I'm a buyer. I want a pair of Guess jeans. The first thing is your listing needs to be what people are typing for. This is what puts this item in front of potential buyers. If I had a phone, I'm listing a phone, and I put Guess jeans in the title, it's now coming up here. Buyers are looking and saying, that's not at all what I want. They don't click on it. eBay starts to suppress it. So definitely your listing title needs to be relevant, exactly what it is. Do not spam it, because eBay's gonna pick up on that when people aren't clicking on it because it's not actually what they're wanting. And then your item specifics, as you're going through and filling out your item specifics, this is why. All of these things on the left, your left filtering system, how people are searching for your items on eBay, you want them to come up relevant to your listing, right? So if your listing is a size 6, you want to click a size 6, because if someone's clicking a size 6 and your item is actually a size 4, they're not going to click on it. eBay is going to suppress the listing, because after a while they're going to keep showing it to potential buyers and nobody is clicking on it. It's the same with all these style. You want to click styles that are relevant. You want to fill out as many of those item specifics as possible so that it's going in front of potential buyers. If you're filling out item specifics that are not relevant to your listings, it's going in front of potential buyers, it's not getting clicked on, and eBay is saying, hey, nobody wants this, I'm not going to show it to people anymore. So you're actually hurting yourself. You want to click on as many of them as possible. I know I've said this like 7 times, but they are important because it's going to help you get sales. Now, the tip that I have to make this process a bit quicker is you can create listing templates. If you sell in a niche like jeans and you sell bootcut jeans, a lot of the same brands, you can make a listing template. And then when you go to list, everything is already filled out. You can also create business policies. So if you are always doing the same thing over and over and over again, you can create a business policy that makes your listing a little bit faster. One thing you can do, and this is kind of an old school way of doing it as well, if you don't want to set up templates or listing or business policies, is you can do sell similar. Find an item that's similar. I recommend finding your item because oftentimes you do a sell similar of another item and it's listed incorrectly, and then it actually can hurt your listing as well. But find an item that's similar to yours, hit sell similar, and then just change what needs to be changed. So some of the item specifics, the business policies, the shipping, everything is already filled out. So the next number, are we on 6? Are we on 7? I think we're on 7. I'm scared to get a ding. I'm scared to get in trouble on eBay. I'm scared, you know, they're going to ding me. I'm going to get kicked off, whatever it is. So the thing I'm going to say is that yes, eBay is going to do it if you are not following their best practices. The reason for this though is because they want buyers to be confident in buying on eBay, and that comes down to the specific seller. Now, eBay is understanding, and if you get a ding, let's say you have an item that's returned and it was not the way that it was described, you get in trouble, you get a lower percent on your account if there's not a resolution. Not because it happened, but because there's not a resolution. So if things happen, you're a new seller, you send the wrong item, whatever it is, if you can offer good customer service and have a resolution and the buyer be happy, you're going to be fine. Most times, eBay is very understanding. Now, if it continues to happen, yes, there's going to be consequences because eBay wants to make sure that the sellers are providing good customer service so that the buyers are coming back to eBay as a whole. That being said, they are understanding. I will say one tip though is to make sure that you have processes and you have a bin system and you have a SKU system so that these things are not happening, because yes, one or two happen, not a big deal. If it's continuing to happen, you need to look at your processes and you need to figure out how to stop it from happening. If you guys liked this video, YouTube also thinks you'd like this video. I will link a playlist down here of how to make money reselling, and then make sure to hit that subscribe button.